To the new people out there, wishing well is now available. Today's video, wishing well. So, before I start, I want to make sure this gets recognized loud and clear. If you have a specific character to pull for, then pull it, because this video is talking about specific ships that you may want or you may not want and stuff like that. So, today's topic is going to be wishing well. Wishing well. Basically, wishing well to me is a glorified way of doing your daily pulls. I'll get more into details about it, but you can pick up to 2 ships that you want to have rates up. And if you guys don't know what rates up are, so currently, if I were to do something like, let's say you're doing light builds, right? And I think there's like what 9. I don't know the amount. Let's say there's 10. Let's say there's 10 SSRs in the light build. So each SSR is it's 0.7%, because the SSR rate naturally is 7%, meaning if you want a Belfast, 0.7%, if you want a Dido, 0.7%, if you want San Diego, 0.7%, it works like that. So if I were to pick, say, a ship like San Diego or Belfast, that ship that used to be 0.7% naturally is now 2%. So you turn the rates up into an event rate. So that's like 3 times multiplier if that were to be 10 ships in a light pool, but there probably isn't. That's just an example. So that's how wishing well works. First, you pick your wish. You pick the ship you want. You want to do light, heavy, special, or whatever. This video is talking about which ship you should pick. And before we get into detail, once again, if you have a specific ship you want to focus on, build it. Build it, build it, build it. Right? And second of all, don't go too crazy on the wishing well, because we have a rerun event next week, literally next week. So make sure you have the queues for that. But wishing well, though, to me is just a glorified way of doing daily pulls. So let's say you're missing Centaur right now, right? You would go here, and you're doing daily builds there. You pick Centaur, no wishing well, pick that, wishing well, boom, daily build until you get her, boom, nice, right? Don't go too heavy on these, especially if you're low on cubes and you're low on coins. Don't do it. So anyways, let's get right into it. Light ships. Light ships, there's a wide selection right here. First of all, you pick the ones you want. If you have the ones you want already, or you don't have anyone you like in particular, pick the one you're missing. At the end of the day, Azur Lane for the most part is a collection game. So if you're missing, like, say, Swiftsure, you pick Swiftsure. If you're missing Avra, you pick Avra, and so forth. Pick the one you're missing and do your daily pulls in them. Now, outside those 2 factors, you got the ones you want or you don't like anyone, and you got the ones you have most of them that you're not missing already, and you just want to pull for whatever. Let's talk about the ships that are worth going for. If you want to be a meta gamer for whatever reason, let's talk about the ones you want to pull for. Malin, not really. She's really, very fast, like very, very, very fun in EX mode, but nothing in particular crazy. San Diego, you can get her multiple ways. Exchange shop, the other selector ticket, I'm pretty sure has her as well too. I could be wrong, but we'll talk about that in another video. Kawakaze, very, very rare. She just came recently from the Nagato's War Archive, so if you don't have her, a good selection right there. Belfast, there's numerous ways to obtain her, so that shouldn't be a problem. Sirius is a good ship. If you want to have Sirius, that's also a good one as well. She's also very, very rare to obtain. Can't be from exchange. Maybe you can pick it from ticket, I'm not sure. But that's also a very, very good choice. Also very powerful in carrier setups as well. Yukikaze, good for PvP and whatnot, but she's been out for a while now. She's not on rotation, but if you've been doing daily pulls for a while, you should be having her in light pool, so that's not that big of a deal. So sure, solid, nothing crazy, but solid. Montpellier, also solid. Again, these 2 ships right here, you can't really get them from anywhere else. If you want to pick them for daily rates up, go for it. Not going to stop you there. Z46, not crazy. The French girl, nothing crazy at all. Avra, we've had numerous events with the Russian events the past year or so, so if you haven't gotten her then, you can pick her right here now. That's also an option. And you have Dido. Dido, there's no other way to obtain her, so if you're missing her, go ahead and pick her. That's also a good choice as well too. But from my light pool, if you want to pick the quote-unquote the good characters you want to go for, if you want to spend your cubes or whatever on the wishing well, not on the next event next week or whatever, Sirius is good, Yukikaze is good, and that's pretty much it. The others have multiple ways of obtaining them, or they're not very, very beneficial to have as of right now. But if you want to pick for like good stuff, Yukikaze and Sirius are good options here. Now let's talk about the heavy one. Heavy pull. There's a wide selection nowadays compared to before. We have JB, very good for manual. But that's manual though. I know most of you guys auto, so there's also that. Can't really get her anywhere else, so that's also an option if you want to get her there. Prince of Wales, she's been out for a very, very long time now. Multiple ways of getting her. Not a big priority right here. Duke of York, very, very good ship. Very, very good debuffer and whatnot. Only one way to get her as of right now, unless they added her to a ticket, but I'm pretty sure they didn't. So, missing Duke of York, a very, very good option to have. Or Spite, many ways of obtaining her, so not high priority right there. Massachusetts, not a high priority as well, even though there's only one way to get her. Not very beneficial to have in most setups, but if you like her, go ahead and take her, like I said before. Washington, good farmer, but there's many good farmers nowadays for battleships, so not really a big concern there. Takao is an old ship. Nagato, very good if you're running a full IJN setup. Very good there. Tirpitz, a solid 1-1 ship. Nothing crazy though, but if solid 1-1 ship you want to use her, go for it. Atago, old ship. Prince, old ship. Mikasa, not old, but not really that important to have. She's very rare because there's only one way to obtain her, which is the gadget pool as of right now. So, not a high priority there. North Carolina, only one way to obtain her. She also got a skin recently, so if you like the skin, you can go ahead and pull for her if you want to as well. And Hood, also old ship. Don't focus on her. There's multiple ways of obtaining her. In Minneapolis, a solid Vanguard, but for a zombie Vanguard that she is, she's a heavy cruiser. There's a lot of zombies out there in the game as of right now, a lot of them, and they're very cheap on oils. And Minneapolis is a heavy cruiser, meaning she costs more oil, so it's not really beneficial to pull for her if you really want to stretch it. So a big takeaway from heavy pool, if you're missing, let's say, all these ships, and you don't have anyone you like in particular: Duke of York, Nagato, and that's pretty much it. If you want to go for the second tier of choice, I'd go with like JB, Washington, and maybe Tirpitz, yeah. Those three, I would go for like second tier if you really want to do it that way. Anyways, special. This one is pretty big. There's a lot of ships here, So let's talk about Autumn in particular. Centaur. She's been out for a while right now. Only one way to obtain her for just gacha pull. A very powerful light carrier. Very powerful. Very good. Solid choice there. Tai-Ho. Heavy armor, tanky, sizable damage, not bad at all. If you want to go for it as well, go for it. Shangri-La, nothing crazy, but there's only one way to get her as of right now. Essex, the meme girl, we all know her. If you want her for like World 12 or 13 though, go for it. She's very good there. Zuikaku, nothing crazy, unlike her sister. Victorious, like her other sisters, kind of whatever. Victorious is like meh in the playground or whatever, so not really important there. Shokaku, very powerful and full IJN setup with Nagato. So if you want to run Nagato with Shokaku, very solid choice there. Illustrious used to be good. Still pretty useful in World 13 and 12 if you really want to push it. But aside from that though, her damage is very lacking, so I won't have a high priority there too. Especially if you're a new player, you're not pushing World 12, World 13 anytime soon, and there's multiple ways of obtaining her. Not a high priority as of right now. Submarine. If you're a new player, don't focus on the submarines as of right now. Worry about that much later on. Focus on your main fleets as of right now. Focus on submarines later. Enterprise, multiple ways of getting her. Don't have to pull her right now, unless you really want to, but skip her. Submarine, again, skip on these. Work on submarines later. Graf Zeppelin, nothing crazy unless you like her. Pull for her. Otherwise, I'd say skip. More submarines right here, and so forth. So skip on the submarines. Nothing crazy right there. The big takeaways from special pool is Centaur, Shokaku, and maybe Essex. And those are the three I would prioritize from the special pool if you were to pick one of these. So, once again, don't pull from the wishing well too much, because we have an event next week. And if you're playing this game for a collection game, you want to pull for as many ships as possible. Now, I know most of you guys are new. Some of you guys are new players that want to pull for whatever you want. That's what I made this video for. You want to pull for good ships? I just told you some of the good ones that you want to pull for. But remember, daily pull for most of you guys, just pick a ship here. Let's say I want XX. I'll pick SX. Select, or I'll pick two ships here. SX and Centaur. Select, and boom. These two girls will be on rates up. And then you have a special daily pull right here. Do one pull a day here until the event ends, or until the rerun event happens, which is next week. And then after that, doesn't matter. So don't pull, because these ships right here, even though their rates up, they're always going to be in the gacha pool. You can pull for them whenever you want. It's just they're going to be on special rates as of right now. But remember, We have an event coming up. Save your cubes. Save your coins. Worry about the limited stuff first and the permanent stuff later. So, hopefully I answered most of your questions for you guys. Don't splurge like crazy. Save your resources for the next event. But if you want to go ahead and pull for some stuff, I told you guys the ships that I would recommend pulling for. Otherwise, pull for collection, pull for waifus, pull for whatever you want, and so forth. Anyways, I'm out. Bye, guys.